So on Thursday night, I saw Rogue One with my boss and my manager, and then yesterday I got this poster and these cups as a Secret Santa present. I just feel so lucky and grateful, and I just want to say thank you guys very much. You guys are awesome. Hi, I'm Tyler, and I'm here to let you know that Rogue One, a Star Wars story, is no perfect movie. So in Rogue One, Rebel loner Jyn Erso, played by Felicity Jones, Rebel intelligence officer Cassian Andor, played by Diego Luna, blind warrior Chirrut Imwe, played by Donnie Yen, mercenary Baze Malbus, played by Jian Wen, defected Imperial pilot Badi Rook, played by Riz Ahmed, and former Imperial droid K2SO, played by Alan Tudyk, team up when they discover the location of the plans for the Death Star so that they can steal those plans for the Rebel Alliance to destroy the Death Star in Episode 4. For a franchise called Star Wars, this is the first film in the franchise from beginning to end that looks and feels like an actual war film. And yes, the space battles are shot and presented like the others to resemble aerial dogfights as per usual. But whenever Rebel soldiers plan to ambush Imperial stormtroopers or they're walking through a desert with these collapsed statues, you really feel as if you're in a war-torn environment. The action scenes are all shot in very steady wide takes with no shaky cam or crappy editing. They show the actors doing all of their own stunts. There's a lot of practical sets and costume prosthetics that really resemble the original Star Wars trilogy. And the CGI on the Death Star, the Star Destroyers, and even the CG to replicate the original actors, they all look so photorealistic. They look like actual real-life models and like the actual people they're supposed to resemble. Felicity Jones was a lot of fun to watch as Jyn Erso. When we see her past in the beginning of the film and her relationship with her father, who was played very well by Mads Mikkelsen, by the way, we can immediately understand why she feels she has no choice but to do everything herself. And it isn't until she learns about the other rebels and how they've lost similar people in their lives where she genuinely begins to trust them and cooperate with them. Alan Tudyk was hilariously sarcastic as K2SO and was in the movie long enough to be memorable but not too long to be annoying, if that makes any sense. And Donnie Yen was just intriguing just for how mysterious his character was. When he uses the Force in order to see his opponents and attack them, you can kind of piece together your own little backstory for this character, like maybe he was a failed Jedi and that his cane used to be a lightsaber or something like that. Or maybe he had trained in the Force ever since he was a kid to deal with the fact that he was blind. And it's little intriguing mysteries like that that made him my favorite character in the movie. Considering when you start watching this movie, even if you're not really a Star Wars fan, you do kind of know exactly what's going to happen during the plot and to all of these characters, and that puts a lot of pressure to make these characters fleshed out, interesting, and memorable. And even though some characters like Jyn Erso and Chirrut are very memorable and interesting, some of the other characters, they don't hold up as well as the characters in this film or in the original trilogy or even in The Force Awakens. Because when The Force Awakens starts, you see Finn being traumatized by the violence stormtroopers have to commit, and you immediately understand him as a character. When you see Rey's entire day in the life, what she does for a living, what she wants to do for the rest of her life, you immediately understand her as a character, and she doesn't even say an entire word during that sequence. In Rogue One, characters like Cassian and Bodhi are only given conversations and monologues to explain their reasons for joining the Rebel Alliance. And characters like Baz, they get absolutely nothing. They're just in the movie. And despite the fact that the actors are trying their absolute best to give a lot of depth, and they do give good performances, because we don't see their pasts for ourselves like we did with Jyn, we don't really feel as much of an impact. And even the villains, like, say, Ben Mendelsohn, who does give a good performance either way, is given absolutely no motivation for wanting to build the Death Star, and he just comes off as being a slimy Imperial officer, and nothing else. Some characters aren't up to par with the previous films, but thanks to good performances, gritty direction, a really awesome score that's similar to John Williams' music, and the characters in the film who are interesting, it's still just as fun as any other Star Wars film. And for that reason, I'm going to give Rogue One, a Star Wars story, a 4 out of 5. Guys, thanks as always for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, check out my other reviews at NoPerfectMovie.com. And once again, thank you all very much for watching. May the Force be with you.